Welcome back, you guys. On today's episode, we're making a delicious steak sandwich. Let's get cooking.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.
Nice, dude, nice. All right, guys, steak sandwich. What you're gonna need, I'm gonna be using a New York strip steak. I have some watercress greens. I have an onion right here. I have some whole grain mustard here that we're just gonna smear on the steaks. To get started, what we're gonna do, see this strip steak right here? You have this fat cap right on the side. I'm gonna go in there and just gonna rip that off. You don't even need a knife. You can use your bare hands. Just get in there. Well, maybe I lied. You might need a knife. Just to help it along. I'm gonna get our pan here onto medium-high heat, and I'm just gonna put that fat right in the pan and then let that start to render out while we get started with everything else. Just gonna take a little bit of our mustard here and just rub that on the steak. Rub it in on both sides. You don't need that much. You don't have to go crazy with it. Just gonna make just a nice crust on this steak. To this pan, I'm gonna slide my steak just to this side of the cutting board. I'm gonna take my onion here and just cut it into thin rings. We're gonna go ahead and put our onions right on top of that. Now we're just gonna quickly caramelize these. We're not gonna go low and slow and long for 30 plus minutes, 40 minutes, an hour even. We're not gonna do that because I wanna make this a fast steak sandwich, so we're gonna do it quickly. In that fat, and if there's not too much fat coming off that, take your olive oil, you go and just a little oil on top just to kind of help that along. I have some brown sugar. Now normally there's enough natural sugars in those onions that they can naturally caramelize, but because I'm doing it quick, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of brown sugar on top. You can turn the heat down. You don't want the sugar to burn. I'm gonna go in with a swig of red wine vinegar. And to that, we will just cover, turn down the medium-low, set that aside, let it do its thing. Now for the steak, get some plastic wrap or parchment paper. I probably should have done this before I put the mustard on. I forgot, oh well, I'll probably put more mustard on in a second. And then we're just gonna get this pounded out a bit. You can use a pan, smash it with a pan, you can use a rolling pin, you can use a bottle of wine, or you can just use your fist like this. And I'm solely doing this for the purpose of faster cook time. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more mustard because I kind of split half of that away when I was pounding down. Let's go in with some salt. Start getting this thing cranking up. I'm gonna go a little oil on our steak here. Once that pan is ripping hot, we can go ahead and gently place our steak in. I want a nice medium rare, so with that, that's why we pounded it thin. It's only gonna take about two minutes aside. Once you put it down, don't touch it, let it sear, let it do its thing. All right, let's give this steak a flip here. Look at that, we got a nice sear, we got a nice crust going on that. Beautiful caramelization here on these onions. That fat from the steak that's in the pan, a little bit of that red wine vinegar. I'm gonna take my bread and just toast it up right in that. We take that little bit of that raw garlic, just rub it on the toasted bread. Now it's time to build this sandwich. Our steak and our onions have been resting. We're gonna take a little bit of that resting juice, just go on that bread just a bit. I'm gonna take a little bit of mustard, just a drop or two, spread that out. You can use horseradish if you want, or you can use nothing. That's up to you. I have this watercress, swig of red wine vinegar, just a little bit of olive oil, same thing. Light toss on that. Steak's had at least 5 minutes to rest. I'm gonna go ahead and slice new. I'm gonna go thin slices on this. We can start to build. Take some, look at that. Beautifully, just blushing, nice medium rare. Start to line that bread with that. Let's hit with our watercress. Pile that nice and high. Just a nice little fresh element here. Quick snap, not too big of leaves, doesn't get in the way. So we got our beautifully caramelized, quick caramelized onions, but they did the trick. That's what we wanted. Those can go right over that. Oh yeah. Look at all the reserve juices. Let's go on with it. Why not? Why not? And then we're not done. To top it off, let me rinse my hands, get them nice and clean. Top it off here, guys, look, some fresh Burrata cheese. And we're just gonna break that open right here and then kind of just take that, a few drops of that. Oh my God, boom! That's a fucking sandwich. That's a sandwich. Now, one last thing, a little fresh cracked black pepper right over that. Come on. We top it off, go down on it a little bit, and the slice on an angle, 45 degrees. Come on, that's a steak sandwich. That right there is a steak sandwich. Bang! All right, guys, there's nothing left to do then. Just dive right into this. Steak, cheese, onions, perfect bite. And that's it, you guys. That's how you do a quick steak sandwich. That's gonna do it for tonight's episode. I'll see you next time. I'm Donnie. Peace.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.